I wonder if the desired frequency is the outcome or the experience. It's snowing, Audie Pants. That's real snow. It's not that styrofoam round stuff. Snowing in northern New Mexico. It's cold too. I like the snow. I don't like the sloppy after. You like my racing stripe? The older I get, the more. This is something like on my dad's side. It's genetics on my dad. Like my aunt had. It starts. It's the patch. The Hessig patch. Hessig. It's never done me any favors having a last name. Or, it's like, why do people care about ethnicity? It's never done me any favor. Why do people care about last names? I have this last names. It's given all these other people favor. It doesn't give me no favors. Doesn't do me no good. That's silly. People have allegiance and loyalty to towns and lands, and I'm like, that land don't care about you. You put borders around it, fences around it, stuff like that, You charge people to go from here to there. That's stupid. Land don't care about your tolls. Man does. Men that don't know have practical skills that can just let's think up ways that we can make other people pay for our exorbitant lifestyles. It's early. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Mom's still sleeping. She'll be up. She'll be sleeping for a while. Dogs get up, get breakfast. Crack at dawn. And then they cuddle back in with Grandma Retta. It's pretty sweet. And, it's just nice to be able to come out here and vent, because there's a lot of stuff I won't say in front of Mom. I don't want her to take on any kind of hurt feelings, for my interpretations of things, because I hold no emotion to them, and I don't want her to either. And we never had a typical mother-daughter relationship, and a lot of people haven't. And those are the people that I make videos for. The people that didn't grow up in the norm. The people that didn't grow up in an environment where, hey, pretty lady, where, all your needs were met. And, the lower echelon. I'm for those people. Because it's like, this stuff is still going on. World's getting so sloppy, man. Sloppy everywhere. People are getting sloppy. I've been sloppy before. I've been a sloppy drunk. I've been a sloppy sober. I've been a dry drunk. I've been a lot of different things in the evolution of old Marge life path number 7. Either I can continue to live from my ego or choose my spirit. The more I want to live from my ego, I feel like I lean into my spirit. Because it gets scary, it's hard enough to watch, your parents get older and, evolve from one state to another. I've been doing it for so long. I've been taking care of Mom, and it's just like, we haven't had a conversation in years. I appreciate every little momism that she gives me, because behind that heartfelt sentiment of the same stuff that she says every day, day in, day out, is her sentiment of I care. 100 times a day she'll ask me if I warm enough. That's just her way of remind me to take care of myself. You know? And now all these other people I've known in my in my life, they're running into stuff that I've run into, of how hard it is to just take care of your loved ones. I didn't want to have kids because I could kind of see what the world was turning into, and I didn't want to bring nothing into that. Besides, I'm such a hard ass. you know, I don't need something that I created in this world to resent me, because it seems like everything ends up resenting me in this incarnate. So the idea of something I created looking at me square in the face and telling me that they hated me, that right there is enough to break my heart. Huh, pretty lady? You go, girl. It's snowing, baby girl. It's snowing. It's snowing. You do not want to go outside, I promise. I promise you, my love. I think about, there's a lot of road closures. We're getting storms from the west, southwest, so, there's Flagstaff is supposed to get snow all day, and then, all points, here and there across the interstate, and I just, growing up in the 70s and 80s, we had to freaking spend a lot of time in cars, but I grew up in California, and back then it was there was still, the rainy season, but there was nothing the world is not the same place that it is now. And that's what people don't understand, is they're trying to sustain a lifestyle based on history. And the world ain't the same place. The world is a very, very different place. The world has become very dangerous, and people want to pretend like it's safe. And there's a lot of places that it's not safe. Ooh, I'm popping the collar, ain't I? Put that bad boy down. God, I think it's time to put this up. Anyway, I was talking about Mom. I always kind of looked at her. I mean, it was like we were role reversals, But she's always been very aware of metaphysical things, and I, that's why I really try and give her the best life I can possibly give her now, because it's the least I could do for doing the best that she could to take care of me with so many external forces that tried to keep her off task. I feel sometimes I kind of feel like the characters I've related to in life are I don't like the actors, but the character that they portray, like Forrest Gump, of having this wild story that is just so irrelevant for so long, but then there comes a time that every story has its place in this world, and it's time to be spoken. And Slumdog Millionaire, that's another one I could relate to, learning trivia because of where I was when things happened, stuff like that. Truman's Show. Yeah. People like me have to have hard lives to help other people, be comfortable with going without. You don't need a whole lot to be comfortable in life. That's why it's why, I mean, people find security in having money, because they can, they can pay for whatever they want, whatever they need. And people in California are finding out it's I remember a few months ago seeing how insurance companies were leaving California. It's you get the world changes, and you can't charge people for that. And if people can figure it out that if they can't charge people for the world changing, then they got to get out. If it's going to cost more, if they're not really in the business of helping people, they got to get out. And that's what people are doing. They're not really. We're gonna start seeing more and more people how much people do not care about others, but for so long, they touted about how they did. This is my tag. It's like my I can't I means so many things. Here, can I help? May I help you, little Miss Lunatical? She's so pretty, smiling for me too. Goodest girl. I love you so much. You're so cute with your waggity tail. It's rainy. Do not want to go out. So we used to travel a lot. All we had is a map. That's all you really need is a map and a kind of know where the stars are. Let the stars. I grew up on the coast though, so where I grew up there was where are my headphones? I grew up in Morro Bay, and we used to go down to the freaking pier, and the captains would talk about how they navigated the seas by the stars. So I've been tracking astronomy for a very, very, very long time. As a young, impressionable, nacho neurotypical, what the frick? They can't remember what she did with their headphones. See, that's why people get OCD and have like the same places that they put things. Like they only put things in one place, because if they don't, it's this. Yep. That's how I see it. Mom always thought she should have been a nun. That's where her like past life that she's retained is that in her mind she's like a nun. Like I think that her whole role in this life was just to have me and brother, and she's done a lot of things though. She's a very remarkable, very, very remarkable woman. I couldn't even imagine coming from someone else. Cause I see all the someone else's and I'm just like, eh. Mom far supersedes any super kind of freaking TikTok challenge in her life. People couldn't handle the challenge. I mean, just being able to walk like in her era, at her age, that the level of tenacity that took her, people don't have that. She gave it to me. People put more effort into to looking for the easier, softer way. You know, we didn't always have a great relationship. I can look at it now in the with the eyes of an adult and who I was when I was little, because we always I looked at it as like when I was little, like I looked at it as her choosing the man over her kids. That's how I like. She always put him first. And as an adult, and as I've seen other women conduct themselves and put up with the crap that they put up in their lives, I can come from a different perspective. And a lot of women tolerate this crazy behavior because she was trying to find someone to take care of us. A provider is what she was trying. She was trying to find someone that would provide for us. So she put her energy and effort into him a lot of times. She didn't do it forever. She did, there was enough to that make my brother so mad he never wants to see her again. Because men get hurt, You put too much talc on their butt when they're little boys, too many pats and circles. Don't let them frickin' learn how to self-soothe, stuff like that. We got a whole world of freaking spoiled brats in positions of power and authority with attitudes of don't you know who I am? I don't give a fuck, you big baby. You can't change the tire. Shut up. I don't care who you are. I see. Lori Lothian was the only astrologer I heard this say this several months back. She said that King wasn't gonna be kinging for very long, and now King has prostate. See, I've talked about this before. There's like people get different kinds of cancer for not for it's karmic. Like that other dude that just died of stomach cancer, dude. Poster child of alcoholism. People think it's cute. He's such a lesbian. Dude, that is nobody to be. Anybody needs to be worshiping the red cup. Like, he's exactly why people shouldn't drink. It's and prostate cancer, how many freaking closet dudes like have like secret attract that they end up with prostate? I've seen it so many times. It's like a vibrational frequency. It's a storyline that people tune into, and if they don't live their truth, the story gets disheveled and there becomes static in the airway, and the static turns into dark cells, and the dark cells turn into cancer just from talking out your ass, pretty much. It's all so funny. It's so silly to me. So, that whole thing, like, is just, I mean, what people care about more than their neighbors. Well, there's a lot of neighbors that aren't worth the piss. It's just finding your right neighborhood. I'm trying to find my right neighborhood. I'm praying so hard every day. God, put us in the place that I don't gotta go no place from. I get that no place is 100%, and a lot of people have put in a lot of effort into making their lives 100%. And as we can see in California, you can't have 100% of the time. You can't have paradise on earth without creating some kind of security for other people that you've been given for nothing. Because the deck is stacked, and that's what we're figuring out. The deck is stacked. People have their jobs because of people who they know, not because of what they know, and people are equally eased out of positions that they're qualified for just because they don't fit in the group, and they don't like, and they're not going to go along and do our reindeer games, and she's not going to act right, and she's going to say things that make me awkward and uncomfortable, and don't let her, don't. There have been a lot of situations in life where I was the most qualified person in the room. People didn't want to listen to what I had to say because they didn't like my attitude, and I wasn't even getting any, but that's something that controllers say and do. That's people that don't have ideas. That's stuff that people that don't have ideas worth a piss of their own, that they, and then they'll take my ideas and use them as their own. Bunch of cheating, man. People have been cheating everywhere, lying, cheating, stealing everywhere because they benefited from it. They've been profiting from it. Their lives have gotten grandy gross because of all the cheating. And history's been hijacked because so many people have cheated. Every war is like, it's like who could cheat the best. Police. I mean, it's just lying, everywhere you look, lying, manipulation, cheating. The whole world's gotten sloppy. And it's not even that's not even like mentioning the perversions. Where more and more perversions are coming out because people are like me, when you have nothing less to live. When society is allowed to perpetuate on grossness, I'm just going to be like, yeah, I know, I get it. Here's mine. And this is what's been happening ever since. But people don't want to stop it because, I mean, I think about how the earth, people can come together and do things in a grand way. Like like infrastructure, how Japan is, they could fill up big old huge holes in like a week, In America, they just rather freaking build a road around it. Or just, or leave it closed. People will get used to going without. It's just, this country has just fallen to the wayside. And I appreciate all the folks from the South that do come in and maintain the infrastructure. and the people from all over the world, you know, that come in and do drive the trucks and come in and do all the shit jobs that nobody else wants to do because they're too good to do it, because don't you know who they are and all that silly nonsense. The land of entitlement because of the cowards. Don't talk to me about brave people, man. You know what takes bravery? To not eat your feelings. To give a shit about yourself in a world that the world don't give a shit about you. That takes bravery. It's like, I don't know why I'm lifting this stupid weight. I don't know why I'm doing this stupid exercise. I don't know why I'm eating healthy. I ain't trying to live forever because the freaking planet, what's, you know? Where's all the goodness that all these people keep talking about? I keep looking for it. Whenever I freaking think I find it, people recoil. And I'm like, God, what kind of a freaking evil asshole am I? It's not me. It's just the world's full of fakes. And man, it is really snowing right now. I'm glad I got the Suburban back. I'll feel better when I get the axles fixed. It's just the CV joints. They're starting to tear and stuff like that. It's okay. I don't go anywhere when it's like this. This is when I hunker down. We'll make some hot cocoa, and me and Mom are just going to listen to... She's back there watching The Good Doctor right now. The new episode, the new last season starts. That show gives me hope. Yeah, it gives me hope. Yeah. I would be content with a non-sexual life partner. You get to a certain point of age, you know, like, I never understood that, because around when I was in high school, I hung out with, I like pretty girls, so I hung out the girl. I mean, there weren't a lot of pretty girls where I went to high school with, but you always hang. I mean, every room I ever been in, I'd at least try to say hi to the who I ever is the prettiest girl in the room. And a lot of pretty girls are really lonely because nobody wants to talk to them because they're afraid, because they're like, oh, she has a boyfriend, you know. And I'm curious about their stories and less about seeing them naked. See, because I don't care, because you know, I don't, all that, people care so much about chasing sensations and about sex and stuff like that. It's just bizarre to me, like, you know. And people, like, when they're young, you know, the young dudes that, you know, they're really virile, and they have a lot more stamina, and, you know, I don't care who the dude is. The older you get, you can hang on to that stamina as long as you want. You know, you can make the girls elevate and stuff like that. But, you know, it comes to a point that people want to have people that they can just talk with and do projects with, that you can, like, see, because Mom, we never worked together well, and I think it has a lot to do with their head injury, and I can relate to it because when I panic, like, I can't do line dancing and where like people are given instructions, because I disassociate. I can watch other people and learn, but if someone's telling me what to do, and then I'm like, you know, it's like time test for me. It's a nightmare. So Mom and I were never real good at working together, because I'd give her instructions and she couldn't picture in her head what I was saying. And so there's a lot of people that just don't work together real well. And but there's other people that I've worked with that it's just like, I mean, I can articulate, like me, and that's why I like talking to Mr. Iskey so much, because he's a maintenance guy. Like, we has maintenance background like me. Well, I got maintenance background like him, duh. And life experience and stuff like that. And like, he explains things in a way where I can picture him in my head, and then I can go verify it with pictures of images online, usually. So whenever I have a question about anything mechanically related, I can call and talk to him about it. I don't gotta Google, I just gotta call Mr. Iskey. You know, and a lot of people don't have. I mean, I got to pick my own dad. Because, I mean, you could pick your own dad. You don't got to keep the dad that's been assigned to you. My dad does it enough. See, I'm so freely open to talk about how I see things on this tube because nobody ever has cared enough to put the effort into to giving me any data or information to change my mind. I'd be willing and open to receive. Like if my dad ever once told me, I didn't hate you when you were a kid. I just didn't understand you. That'd be one thing, but he's never, ever open lipped about anything. So I just go by how I was treated. And he did not, he was very, see, he was mean to me. Mom didn't understand me. And then brother watched father be a jerk to me and then learned how to be a jerk to me. And I'm just like, dude, I was the last one born. And so I've been learning how to be kind to myself in an environment where other people didn't feel compelled to be kind to me and still be nice all the time. People want me to be so not like, people want me to stop in traffic and let everybody go and stuff like, and that people want to walk over me is what they want. They want me to be a doormat. They want me to be, of service to them. That's the thing is like I won't continue to be of service to the same people that are just parasites. I don't have the energy. So I smile and I nod. And I go on my way to keep trying to find people that want to match energy. And people just don't. Not in New Mexico, not in the places I look. And I go out at all different times. I think one of the best places you can go to like meet people is at the grocery store, I think. Usually I just dance around with my headphones on and stuff like that. And it's very infrequently, but every now and again that people will engage with me. But it's also for people don't like joyful people. So when people do engage with me, they're letting me know and I appreciate it that they are joyful people. And then I hope that maybe I will see them again one day. And then when we see them again, I will ask them a question about something in their lives. And people are very open and willing and receptive to share these things. And then if I were to see them again in life, I will ask them about the thing that I asked them about last time. And that is how you build community and relationships. By asking people how they are. And if there's things that you can do in their lives, helping them with that. You know? There is enough for everybody to go around, but it's the stingy at top that don't want it to trickle down, and I think that's weird, but we're figuring it out. It's in the astrology, dude. This is going to be a hard week for a lot of people. I struggle with finding constructive ways of using my energy because I got a lot of it, and I don't, it's cold, it's winter. I get tired of vacuuming the same floor, mopping this. I get tired of doing the same stuff over and over, you know. That's one of the reasons why I do this videos, because it's one of the only ways I can connect to the outside world. Get out my frustration so I don't get cancer in my butt. Just be honest. It minimizes, it reduces risks of cancer in your butt. You know? I think about that. I listen to people on their, it's like their interpretation, because that's all my tube is my collective data of all the data points that I collect of all the sources as I just navigate through life, listening into people's interpretations, and it's based on them. I was listening to an astrologer this morning based on his placements that aren't a lot like mine, and it cracks me up listening to these dudes and chicks that they're like, this is how life is, this is how, like, they're so adamant in their perception and their narrative of reality, and I'm like, dude, that's just based on the places that you've been and you come from. But there's a lot of different other aspects in spectrum that people don't consider. There's so many there's so many freaking aspects that people there's a lot of storylines out there that I can't even comprehend. I mean, I can kind of comprehend cuz I see them on TV. But like the nuclear family, like where people are, like really do care, like like where it's all balanced. I mean, where is that? I'm going to go out, I'm going to see if I can't find it, cuz all the social media that I have taken in for years and years and years, I I could see it on TV, but it's always something weird because ain't nothing is 100%. And as much as people try to pretend like their lives are 100% perfect, they're gonna come to the realization that it's not, and we're gonna get more floods and more people losing everything because they had everything for so long. And what did they do to freaking keep that? They didn't do nothing to give. They didn't give anything to provide all the security that they had for the decades that they had it. They didn't provide that to anybody else. Yet all these people have lavish lifestyles for telling themselves, "I did good things. I did it for the people." It's all and all while more and more people are homeless, more and more people are sick. You know, more and more sensitive people are just like dying. Like the sensitive, it's how the meek are gonna inherit the earth. You want to know, like schizophrenia and stuff like that is, as I understand it. Here's a couple of rules of thumb that have served me in life. If I'm hearing anything, in my head, outside of my head, with people that I keep, company, other higher dimensional beings, if there is anything out there that is telling me that I need to hurt myself in the name of anything or hurt anybody else in the name of anything, that is not of good orderly direction. Don't listen to those. Seek help through any avenue that you find fit, because there's people all over here that are trying to, I got exorcism in my chart. I have the ability to help people. A lot of that is just don't succumb to the things that tell you to cause harm, and fill them with things that tell you to live in service. Even if all day long people are getting, do this terrible thing, do that, ignore it and go out and bake cookies for the old lady or the old man up the street. And then start getting busy. I guarantee within, go weed whack somebody's yard, some stranger's yard. Are you thinking about the freaking what the bad things that you're being told? No. You fill it with positive action. You don't just sit on your couch and hope and pray for shit to change. Get up off your couch. Go out, even if it just did a couple hours a day. Even if people just once a week did something, if people that builds it builds a momentum. And then other people see, and then you inspire and encourage other people way more than any freaking award show. I keep stuff like that because I see where the demonic, how much their egos are egoing. And I have never been a fan of freaking Jay-Z. You will not find him. You will find like Destiny's Child, like, and one, I think Beyonce, maybe but because of the song of Where I Was when the song came out, they serve the wicked with their indulgence and all this stuff. And for a homeboy to freaking, it's okay, baby, it's okay, Tuck. And his ego is out of control. I mean, like, and I know what it's like because I've been not to his extreme, but it's just like they're false for profits when people are putting that much energy into people that don't give a shit about you, but are going around hither, dither, yon, having the best life. Their devils and demons win. Hi, baby. Come on now, buds. Say, Ma, I'm warbling, Ma. I know you are, good buddy. Did the snow pass? Did it pass right up? Well, we got our light dusting. Good thing it didn't stick to the stairs. Good boy, Tuck. Go lay down, bud. Go ahead, handsome man. Good boy. Good boy. Handsome boy. You can go sit on my pillow? Good dog. Good old dog. Anyway, what else? I bet the roads are clear too. A lot of people are traveling, and I'm seeing a lot of stuff. And like on the New Mexico road stuff. Sir, what the frick? This is searching for helicopter with 5 Marines on board en route to California hampered by. Okay, storm's coming. Don't go flying out. But let me explain. That is the biggest transport system in the world, is what the military is. They are their own transport company. When I was in the Air Force, you could get like hops, right? They had their own planes, and then you could go down to the airport on base and go. I could go to California, for like $75 from Omaha, like real cheap. The only thing is, you could get bumped. Good boy, Tuck. You get bumped by anybody that outranked you. Come on. One in there. Go, girl. Go lay down, Tuck. Oh, you want up here? Come here. That's what you want. I know that. Go ahead. Do the U-turn. No? Come here. Tuck. I know that's what you want up top. Come here. Come around hot. Come on, good boy. Come on. Come on, she's up there. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. I know that's what you want. Oh, I know that's what you want. I just made it nice for you. I knew that. Come on. Good boy. Good dog. Well, my brother was in Iraq for a year. He was always taking leave and going to Japan or... They tell you you're going to see the world, and they make it real easy for you. And it's at the expense of all the freaking hard-working Americans that are a paycheck away from freaking being homeless. In the name of security and freedom. How are people feeling free? I got my cold weather, this parka, this coat. See, if you're in the right part of the club, and if you're subservient enough, and if you're willing to suck enough proverbial D, you get the right stuff. You get invited to, because people have the right keys that open the right warehouses, that inside is all the surplus, Hey, Marge, take 2. That's how I got my parka, there are military officers years and years. Look at the story behind John Denver. His dad, he was a military brat. It's all storylines that is silly to get people to look at. His dad freaking was a general, and when John Denver went to California and wanted to be a music making hippie, Dad's like, oh, F that, hell no, not my boy. Took a jet, flew it out to California to get his son. There's all kinds of illegal and misappropriation and fuss and stuff like that with that. But that's all the military is. It's the deal. And don't you know who I am, and do what I say because of the rank that I am, and I'm in charge, and I feel that, and it's all that stuff. And they've been saying it's for free. And the thing of it is there's like become real threats in this world, and the people that are supposed to protect us from these said threats, they didn't do the work, and they're not up for it. I don't know why I get reels and shit like that of military members. Like, you can really record in basic training and stuff. Like really? Like, it's acceptable? Like, they're not, that's okay? Because when I was in, like, you couldn't have an extra job. You could have a part-time job and stuff like that, but you couldn't put yourself out there like that. You couldn't. That's why I think rules and regulations and policies and procedures are so fucking lame, because there's so many people that profit from them yet don't follow them. So it's like, why should anybody have to follow them if they don't? It doesn't seem fair to me. That's just how it is, Marge. It's just how it is. Anyway, I think I'm done rambling. I'm starting to get hungry. I should probably make some eggs or something like that. Oh, there he goes, Tucker. Well, that's all he want. He was up. He wanted to settle down back there. My sweet little love nugget. Get some. Or he's back there, and Luna's over here in the. Everybody's all content. Love them while you got them, folks, because they don't live forever. Everything's a little heartbreak waiting to happen. Heartbreak because it comes from because you loved it, or maybe because you don't. I guess everyone gets to determine that for themselves. So it's gonna get sloppy out there. I'm gonna hopefully make sure that I'm not gonna do any behaviors, because I've had that tendency in my life is to, like, don't say that thing, don't say that thing, and then I say that thing, and then now I got to deal with the consequence. So I'm gonna try and not, instigate the Uranian energy this week. People, a lot of astrologers all over are talking about it. It's gonna be a lot of plot twist, stuff like that, and the more people are lack discipline, the more it's going to impact them. So let me see if I can put my experience how it's going to play out in my world. I'm cautiously optimistic though. So the story continues. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.